Okay, sorry about that, everybody. I have no idea what's going on with it's either StreamYard or it's YouTube. I'm not sure. I've never really had issues before with stuff like that, especially right now. Like I'm hardwired right to my modem. I've got over 500 megabytes coming in, so there should be no issues technically. So if it is, it's definitely on either StreamYard or YouTube. I'm not sure though, but I did post the link there again. It's in the chat if you want to join. Yes, I'm back, and hopefully it works better this time. Super sorry about that. There's certain things that I just can't avoid. Gremlins, I think they call it. So it is what it is, and either way, I am here. Yes, for the most part, and it's still early yet. It's almost 11, but I'm here. I'm still building. This is part 2 because the first part didn't work out all that well, which it happens, right? Anything can happen when you go live like this, right? Yeah, it could have been Heath. We can blame Heath. That's his thing, right? So that's his shtick. We can always blame Heath if he wants to take one for the team. Oh, good. Dennis, thank you. Thank you for joining us now, because 5 minutes ago, it probably would have been a bad idea. But now you're good. You're good now. I promise.
There we go. You got me?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I can hear you loud and clear. Trees are there. They're blooming. I'm going to do some wall sections because that seems neat. And yeah, I was getting real cheesed off with those small pieces there. So I'm just moving on to bigger and better things here with this.
Okay.
That's number 4. So number 4, 5. So 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so 2, 2. Okay, 2.
Okay. Yeah. White wants the ballast story again.
One more time with the ballast story. Okay, are we good? So we're good. We're good now, though, right? That's the last time I get to explain the ballast story. I don't mind. I mean, having to live the ballast story already was pretty painful. I'm just having to relive this. I probably need therapy after this one, though, just because, explaining it so many times. Either way. So Thursday night, I put ballast on an area of the layout. Totally fine. Worked out. I think people liked it. And I didn't glue it. Because I only did about what's that, 3 feet? 3 feet, 4 feet, whatever. And I didn't bother gluing it because of the fact that I like to do it in a larger section, right? I'll do about 10 or 15 feet at a time. That's just me, because when I make up my glue, my 50-50 glue and water, I don't have an exact measurement as to, okay, so I put this much glue and this much water. I make it, and I make it in a large amount to make sure that the entire area gets done. Okay. I don't want to make a little bit for just like a 3-foot section. To me, that sounds like a waste, and it's silly, and I don't want to be a part of that. So I'm like, I'll leave it, and then I'll do a bit more ballasting tomorrow, and then I'll just seal it all at once, do it one time. And one of my kids came down, because my wife's office is right off the train room here. So I think she came down for something, and then one of the kids came down to look for her. just to, mommy, that type stuff. And obviously a shiny box car caught his eye, and he took it, and I guess he was going like right along the track with it, but it wasn't on the track, it was just on the track. So it ended up pushing or smudging, I guess you can say. It almost looked like a smudge. Pushed the ballast all over the place. And yeah, so then I had to take my Woodland Scenics vacuum and clean it all up, because that's how I had to deal with that. And it is what it is at that point. Beyond that, it's like, well, what can you do, right? So I'm just going to have to redo that entire section now.
Oof. So you do a 50-50 mix with your ballast?
No, it's water and glue 50-50, and then I add some dish soap to it as well.
Okay. I do it a little bit different if you guys want to know. Yes. I do a 75-25 with Mod Podge.
75-25 Mod Podge.
Yes. So 25% Mod Podge, 75% water.
Now, Mod Podge, is that basically like glue, but like a better version of it?
It is. It's a little bit thicker. That's what I believe. That's why I believe. Like, I did last summer, I did my entire ballast while it was set outside.
Yep.
And I just, once the ballast was down, I just coated it with Mod Podge and with the spray. Like, I just did all 12 feet of Mod Podge of spraying it nonstop and then I just let it sit outside. Once it was dry, I just took a quick file to the track to clean off the glue, and it came out pretty good. Like, it doesn't move. Like, I didn't have to add the any isopropyl alcohol or anything like that.
Yep.
So it worked.
So how nice is it doing the modeling outside on a nice day?
Oh, when it was during the summer, it was amazing.
Yeah.
Like 25 degrees Celsius, out in the sun, clear blue sky, had the modules set up. I just went to town all day.
That's neat. I think that would be nice. That'd be a nice day.
Okay, Mark. Mr. Eminem has came on stream.
Lackawanna. Hey, Tyler, how's it going? Thanks everybody for coming back. I know that was brutal, but we got through it. So.
Well, John went and got himself a second cup of coffee.
Oh, there you go.
When in doubt, make sure there's always coffee on hand.
That's true. That is very true.
I already have my 2 cups this morning, so that's it for me for today. So I'm pretty good to go.
I'm not a big coffee guy. I got to be honest with you. I find caffeine in all the wrong places, like Monster and Coca-Cola.
Yeah, I've been a coffee drinker since I was working all that. Like, a nice warm cup of coffee just is great to have. Like, when you feel like you're down, miserable and cold, just brew up a nice warm cup of coffee and you just feel a lot better.
So here's a funny story. I don't think I've ever told you this. It's totally unrelated to trains, but I don't care. We're having a good time.
Oh, yeah.
And, people always like to hear a funny story, even if it ends up with me being sick. Hey, James, how's it going? Thanks for joining us. Coca-Cola is so good. I can't even tell you. But so when I was younger, and when I say younger, I mean like, early 20s, I'll say. I got a job at Starbucks, and that I never drank coffee up until that point. And on my first shift, they want you to taste different coffees, and almost become a snob right away
Oh,
with your,
jeez.
yes, so this one dances on the tip of your tongue and all the flavors and all that stuff. So, you have to kind of know, right, like what you're talking about, and you have to be able to make recommendations and all that. So, needless to say, I drank a lot of coffee on my first shift. I went home that day and I was so sick, and it was like just a gross kind of sick, like, ugh, it felt like death. It was terrible.
Like what? You had the jitters, like nonstop shaking?
Yeah, I was shaking. I'm pretty sure I might have thrown up a couple of times. Yeah, it was terrible. It was just a bad, all around bad scenario. But I still
Wow.
went back. I still went back. I ain't no quitter. And eventually my body got used to it, but I would just never really. I was not a fan. I don't
Okay.
drink coffee.
What about tea?
Um, I I was okay with tea. Certain kinds, like the peppermint or whatever, but like Earl Grey and all that, I'm like, meh. Yeah, I didn't
Not for
really.
me. For me, for helping me get to sleep at night, chamomile, lemon
Yeah,
chamomile.
chamomile.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm sure. Like they probably have their benefits to them and stuff, and
Yeah. Okay, let's see here.
that's my terrible story about. And the funny thing is, because like I had so many tattoos, and at the time it was frowned upon. So like even like I had my big tattoo that's on like my neck, right?
Yeah.
And they're like, if you're gonna work here, you have to cover it up. And I'm like, well, how do you cover up a tattoo that's like very visible on the side of your head? You know what I mean? And they said just put a band-aid over it. And it's like, okay, well, first off, it's a pretty big bandage that I have to get to put over top of that.
Yeah.
And then I even had a couple of customers that are like, "Oh, what happened to you?" And I'm like, "Oh, yeah, I can't have, my tattoo showing." They're like, "Why? You just look sickly with like that giant band-aid on the side of your head."
Yeah.
And
Like
I'm
you
like,
have a giant rash or something, or.
"Yeah." And it's like, that was embarrassing. And yeah, it's just one of those situations. Anyways, it didn't work out all that well, and I'm glad that they're a little less, stiff now about their policies and whatnot. But like, dang, those were the times. I lived through
Yeah.
that. The ridicule. A very aggressive turtleneck sweater. Two words that just don't belong together. Aggressive turtleneck. Oh yeah, no, you couldn't even wear hoodies. It's like shirt with tie and then your apron. That's basically your option.
Wait, 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 wait,
Oh,
wait, 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 wait. When I used to go to the Starbucks next to where Hotrack was to get a coffee quickly in the morning, I saw the people behind the counter wearing hoodies with their apron.
how long ago was that though?
2 years ago?
Okay, I'm talking
Basically
like,
before we went into COVID lockdown, when we
okay,
were actually at the layouts.
so keeping in mind, I'm talking about like 16 years ago. This was like 16 years ago. I'm talking about.
Okay, okay.
So yeah, their policies and like they can have their tattoo showing now. The policies and procedures have changed a lot over the years, and they're like, well, can't hide it.
No.
Can't hide it no more. Can't discriminate.
Mark, I'd rather glue first then paint, and I bet your Chris is like that too, because we don't want when gluing, you're gonna smudge the paint. I find you smudge the paint.
I've had that a couple of times.
I've had that constantly with my other stuff.
That, and I feel that the pieces adhere together better when it's plastic on plastic.
Oh yeah. You're both madmen.
Come on, Mark, get in on
Mark,
this.
you're the madman.
Again, if anybody feels like joining, if anybody's building something, a kit or whatever, and you want to join us,
The more the merrier.
yeah, room for one more.
Yeah, I will do the same thing there, James. I will actually mask some areas too before I paint, just so that I don't get that spray off. Like when I did Chris's engine house, I actually masking taped the inside of the door so that I wouldn't get any back spray on the outside to go with the blue paint, because I actually painted the blue on the outside first before I went to the inside. Mark, come on, join up. You're not going to be judged.
And if you're going to be judged, it's going to be the good kind of judging.
Exactly.
Almost like a hazing, but only funner. Did you see James's painting suggestion? Are you referring to the masking part or what? Yeah, with certain parts of, like for this part here, I'm going to paint that all one color. And you can see that there's a section right in here. Well, for people who haven't built this, where all these beams go. So I'm going to paint all the beams separately, and then I'll just glue them in. And I'll use the this stuff here, which is for plastic that is already painted. And I find that for me that'll work. I want to say well, but at the same time, it's like, it'll work. It'll work.
Oh yeah, it always works.
This is just another base section, but like I'm pretty sure this goes on top of this or something. Some variation.
Trying to put some trees up on the side of the rolling hill here. It's gonna be going up to where the road is, where that cabin's going up top.
So what is that stuff that you're putting over the trees there?
That's some of that came over with the Woodland Scenic.
Yeah.
That's what came with the part of the tree box. I forget what it's called.
Is it that lichen? What do they call that?
Yeah, this stuff. It's what came with the kit.
Oh, okay. I think it has a specific name. I just can't remember it.
Yeah.
Not a huge deal. So sometimes I'll take pieces, like the smaller pieces. I will take a cardboard box, usually a box that, stuff came in, and I put a piece of tape on top, and then I can take small pieces and stick it to the actual cardboard so that they can stay held in place, and then I can spray them, and that also works. Usually that's for small pieces though. Okay, number 17. Number 17. Where's number 17? Okay, there we go. Number 17. So my goal here is to make a bunch of these things so that I can just get them painted, and then next week I'm gonna put a bunch of things together. I'll weather it while it's all together as one solid thing, but But yeah, I'm going to paint them as individual pieces.
Okay.
4. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And 1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay.
James, are you talking about the main floor section, like this big piece here? Because one thing that I wanted to do is I wanted to put the railing all the way around it first, because yeah, that I can see that being very tedious. As far as trying to glue that to a painted something or other. So I was going to do an idea or something similar to what you're suggesting there, if that's what you're suggesting. Hey, David, Z to G scale. How's it going? How are you today? Thanks for joining us. I'm still building this kit. Probably going to take forever, but that's okay. We got halfway through the stream today, and something decided to cut out, and we're back now, which is good. And it seems to be better this time around, which is even better.
Uh-oh.
Someone saying it's polyfiber. You're using some sort of polyfiber.
Okay.
Those trees look really good, by the way, that section there.
Thanks. Uh-oh.
It's crazy how something so small can make such a huge difference, right?
Oh, hell yeah.
So it's good. It's good. And I'm just prepping these 16 pillar pieces. It's kind of like pillar. It goes around the actual. There's a metal rod that goes down in the middle of each of these. And yeah, basically I have to put all these together in little rectangular square or rectangle pieces. And it's almost like a brick pattern. So I can see myself doing almost like a red and then do a whitewash on top of that. And then just weather it up real dark after.
Steve, we're not telling it again.
No! The horror!
Oh.
I'm never going to live that down, am I? Oh, well. It is what it is. I'm just glad it all stayed on the table. You know, worst case scenario, cat gets up there, thinks it's a litter box.
I still couldn't believe she jumped up on your table at one time.
She likes exploring, but she's at that age where she doesn't really care. She just tolerates it. I'm sure she figures all this stuff is hers anyway, so. Typical cat business. On the other hand, I was able to expand the layout. I sent you those pictures, right?
The only thing I've seen so far was
Like,
the
raised
branch line.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that.
Ah, okay.
And I bet you that will be in your video coming up.
In about a week.
Okay. Or is that going to be a surprise until like next month to say you got more done?
Yeah, that'll be for the layout update. But it's exciting because it's just, that means like there's a whole other section there where I can add industry and whatnot.
Okay. What is that branch going to be?
Steel mill. Or not steel mill. Wow. I'm looking at my steel mill, and that's why I said that. Scrapyard.
Okay.
So I've got a scrapyard that's going over there, which is going to be like, you remember how my old one was, right? With the 3 tracks.
Yep.
For storage. I've got lots of those gondolas, so.
Here's something interesting I found out the other day.
What's that?
You know how for your paper mill and all that?
Yep.
You're putting on the layout?
Yep.
I found an SW1200 XCN. The pictures of it.
Yeah.
But they painted the entire cab green like the beaver lumber green.
Huh. What year is that? Or is that modern?
I think this is modern. Hang on a sec.
So that was recent then, eh?
Yeah, I was looking that up. Let me see here.
Hey Heath, how's it going?
Because I think before they painted it, the Northern Chevron got a glimpse of it before they painted it, and it was in Northern Ontario.
Huh.
I'll send you the link of. Here it is. Resolute Forest Products.
Are they just another lumber company? I'm assuming.
I think so. It's number 1305. It's pulling a box cart, and they even put the ditch lights in the Pilot.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of people ask or inquire about branding and certain brands that I'm going to use throughout the actual layout. And to be honest, it doesn't really come to me until I'm like looking at it and I'm like, oh, that's clever. Kind of like the whole beaver lumber thing, right?
Yeah.
Although that has been like a running joke between me and Lorne for a while. And then I'm like, well, the only thing I can really get away with calling, referencing beaver lumber or, whatever would be the beaver lumber. So to keep it PG anyways. So, yeah, so I'm like, oh, you know what? I'm going to do a beaver lumber because I remember going there as a child and whatnot. And that, that's my youth. So makes sense too. It's very Canadian. And it fits like so many different eras because they're like, since early 1990s, they existed.
Yeah.
Whoops.
But yeah, the polyfiber, I'm just putting it on lightly just to show that there's a few more leaves in the tree as well.
Now, for those who are watching that are unaware, those are the woodland scenic trees there. You have to basically bend them, shape them, paint them, and then flock them when you get them. Community Junction would like to know what my worst accident was when I was skateboarding. To be honest, I've never broken anything, so, that's good. And I'm pretty sure the worst thing that ever did happen medically was probably the concussion. Yeah, bounced the back of my head off concrete or cement or whatever. Probably concrete. I think it was concrete. I don't know. I can't remember. That's a bit of a joke there with the whole concussion thing. I totally fell on a rail before. Like, I totally railed myself. And
ouch.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Never fun. And, of course, twisted my ankle and all that fun stuff. And shinners are never good. It's probably, like, the most sensitive part. Ugh. Terrible. No, well, I mean, to an extent it was fun. It was all fun and games until...
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll tell you that the coolest thing, I mean, at the time anyways, are the times where I would do a trick and I would go down a set of stairs and you would flip the board. I can get into the logistics and the names of all of it, but I don't know if you guys would probably follow that. And I would land on the board, but the board would break. So I would break my board, is what I'm saying. But I would keep going. So the board would be like in two pieces, and yeah, keep going. So that's fun.
You'll stay in motion until an equal force stops.
Basically. Yeah, I mean, it's already bad enough that Alzheimer's runs in my family. So that's why I'm very, very bad at remembering everybody's name. If I reference you by your YouTube name opposed to your actual name, it's either because I was never formally introduced to you, or we've never had a conversation, or I just don't remember, because trying to remember anything is terrible. No, Go Veer, Go Home is like way after skateboarding. So, yeah, two different eras of my life.
I wonder if they could still find your old YouTube name to try and see do your skateboarding. Has anyone tried to find it yet?
Yeah, because I mean, I don't even think it's under my name. It's under, because when I was skateboarding, there was one of my friends. He had started a company, and we had done a whole video thingy. He had boards made and all that stuff, and I basically rode and sold boards for him too. That's why when it comes to this stuff, and I represent whatever company like Otter Valley and stuff like that. It's not something that's new to me. It's something that I've done my entire life. So with the whole representing of companies and all that, so carries on over to this, I guess. Okay, so I have obviously more of these to build. So those are all those ones, and number 14.
I think just to also add to this, I may just have some of these trees in, but not dressed whatsoever.
I call you Eminem still, just for, representation of the fact that I know you as Mark, but not everybody knows you as Mark. We're super formal like that. So when I say, oh yeah, me and Mark the other day, we he threw a train across the room. They're like, who's Mark? Which one's Mark? Which one's Mark? And Eminem Rails. So I just whenever we're doing the online thing like this, I just reference you like Eminem Rails. But when I talk to your face, I'm not like, oh hey Eminem, how are you today? How's the fan? Unless I'm just giving you the business, and in that case, it's all fun. Which I'm usually giving you the business. Okay, so 25, 25, and 26. Okay, so this is represented by this, and this is represented by this. Okay, neat. I feel like I'm getting somewhere. Not really, but... Whoop. Now, I don't know if you can see that there, Bubs, but
Yep.
Harry was saying that he was talking to Tristan about modules.
Well, we were talking yesterday. We were trying to figure out what's going on because Eminem also got. I believe he also got the email during the week.
Who's Eminem?
But yeah.
Is it about the soccer center?
Yes, it was.
So I heard about that as well. I'm not the type to get official emails or anything. I don't think I'm in deep enough to get an email. But I was going to ask you about that, but didn't know,
Well, so far, like the January meet, like that we have upstairs in the banquet hall.
Yes.
I don't think that's going to happen up there anymore. Whereas the club can still meet in the dart room.
The downstairs area.
Yeah.
It's so quaint down there, Why wouldn't you want it?
I know.
Like, I'm sure space limitations kind of suck, but...
It is. It does. But also at the same time, during January, like, the Dirty 30 guys come out at the same time, and the N-Track guys come out.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of presence there for sure.
Yeah. Who knows? Maybe Ovar will be able to find another place to run during January, and maybe from there we'll find out what's going on.
If they do, I'm pretty sure that like the Dirty 30 and Hotrack will follow suit, right? Like, that makes sense to me.
Yeah.
But yeah, trying to find a venue and whatnot, and then the pricing too, right?
Yeah. City Junction, just to let you know, Go Via Go Home is still working on the blast furnace.
This thing is going to get me through the lockdown and right into next year at this rate.
What's a little claustrophobic there, Eminem?
Oh, I think he's talking about the soccer center.
We'll see what happens once everything gets lifted and we can go back to it. Like, because we can't do anything right now. We just got to wait and see. That's all we can do.
Now, are your modules ready to go? Like, you could hook it up to the layout?
Just about. Like, I could hook it up, but I just got to make sure it hooks up right. Once I hook it up right, then it's operational. And then I could just keep on working on the scenery. Out of this 12-foot section that I have, there's that fourth section. It's blank right now.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's going to be double main line that I'm going to do yet or single main line as a free mow. That's up in the air with that one. Or is it going to be double main line with a little bit of industry?
Yeah.
I just don't know.
It's tough. It's a tough call.
Well, yeah, because you don't know what you want to do, for one, because there's so much opportunity to it.
Yeah, it's true. Well, I'll be excited when everything's able to set up again and I can come out and take some nice photos and whatnot.
Oh yeah, and then you can actually join.
True. I mean, now with the layout, it's like, well, do I, join the club and, that? I mean, like, it's good to come out and see you guys and all that, which I don't mind for obvious reasons. But now, like, with the fact that I've got a full layout, do I need to join the club?
Well, you could still come to the club. You could still come to the club, still be a member, like, and because your layout is still not complete yet.
By the time we get out of this darn lockdown, it will be. If ever.
Yeah.
Or at least that's how it feels anyways. But yeah, no, I know what you mean. And plus it's good to run on different layouts.
Oh yeah.
But then I gotta invest in a travel case and
Not really.
I didn't see too many guys running Ontario Northland. I know there's one guy there, he has like a full on ONR set.
Well, yeah. Pat has passenger, but Bernie has a 1950s, 1960s full-on freight train, about 40 plus, 50 plus freight cars of ONR.
Now, what's the limit of cars that you're allowed to pull?
During the day, you're only allowed to have, say, longest track of the fiddle yard. After 6 o'clock, after the meeting, when some of the people are not on the layout, then it's like you can have the biggest train you want on there.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
The other thing is my work schedule. My work schedule might not allow for it because I work Saturdays and Sundays. So would I be getting, full potential out of this thing?
Well, because usually Sundays we actually tear down around 3.
Oh, really?
Yeah. We actually will tear down the layout at 3 on Sundays.
Ah, okay. I'll have to do a live from there for sure when everybody's running trains and stuff.
Oh, Perry corrected me. It's actually the length of the shortest track of the fiddle yard.
So that could be what, like 20 box cars, 30 box cars, something like that?
Oh, yeah, I believe so.
I know he's ran he has an ethanol train, right?
Perry's got a full ethanol train. He's got a full BNSF grain train. He's also got his office car, Union Pacific Special, which is amazing to see when it's either being pulled by his Challenger or his Northern. Or his E9s.
He's got a list.
Oh, he's got a list. It's an amazing list.
Well, even just the photos that he posts to Flickr there. I think it's Flickr. Is it Flickr?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Now he's got a crude oil train too.
A what?
Crude oil train.
A crude oil train. Oh, okay. All I have is a 3-car Shell gasoline train, and then 1 Procore to go with it. But that's about it. I'm still waiting for my other Procores from Rapido to come in.
I've never seen. I know they're doing those 20,000 liter tank cars, but I've never seen that style of car with the vents on them, like that
really?
on top. No, I've never seen that in real life.
That's probably what makes them so unique or special.
I think those are before they came out with the .111s. Oh yeah, he's got the black. Yeah, he's got the black and white scale train cars.
Oh yeah, okay. Aren't they the ones that are like a little bit more? I'll say girthy. they're a bit more round. They look nice though. Oh, Dennis is offering up some trains here. Dennis, what do you got? What do you got for me? What do you got?
Oh, so okay, so we're getting an auction going for Dennis now. Okay, what does he got? Put it up on the screen, man. Start selling. Let's go. You try to sell my stuff off, we'll try and sell your stuff off. Let's go.
I was going to say, it sure is different from him trying to sell your stuff.
I know.
Who else but Dennis?
Some people already, especially Chris, already has an order of that there, Steve.
So which one?
Barrel Lores.
Yes, yeah. I'm looking at the obviously the O&R ones, but I'll probably get both 6-car packs because they come in a 6-pack. Which, I mean, that makes sense for Rapido to sell them in a 6-car pack. That way, they sell more of them. They're guaranteed to sell more. But in a sense where, let's say, for example, if you wanted like 5, of one and then one of, let's say, a CN. I know. It's like, why would you only want one CN? But I'm just saying.
Oh,
it would be nice if we sold them as singles.
Dennis just threw Justin under the bus.
Oh.
Yeah, I actually still got the Sylvan barrel ore cars here at my place.
Oh, the Sylvan ones?
Yeah, I got 10 of them. They take forever to get to tell you the truth. Like, it's a process.
It's cleaning all that flash. That's the yeah.
It is.
Yes, Dennis. Flickr. It's like how whatchamacallit? It's like MySpace. MySpace. Nah, I'm just kidding. It's the photos. You just upload photos and you can peruse photos and you can categorize and whatnot.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Trying to figure out. Okay, so 16, or is that 16 or 19? Nope, that's 18. 18.
All that piping still you're doing?
Oh,
sorry, braces.
No. Yeah, I'm working on. You can see that there. That's kind of,
That's a lot of braces.
Well, these, like this raises up the main section, and it's fun.
Oh, Rail Artist. Rail Artist is back. Semi-emergency run to CVS, and I do not want her to run out of the. Oh, okay. What's going on, Rail Artist? Get another tree going here.
Okay, so 18. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 4. I need 4 18s. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Huh. Steve, you don't think those pillars are going to be straight? They look straight to me.
Is he talking about my pillars?
Yeah, he's talking about your pillars.
How dare you talk about my pillars? They are what they are. it only looks like they're not on an angle because the camera's on an angle, and maybe you're sitting like on an angle and you're looking at the computer on an angle. So that's why it looks like they're on an angle.
It depends, James. Depends on what type of glue he uses to settle it.
I hope they don't move. I'm sure it'll be all right. I hope.
It should be. Don't want Eminem to criticize you.
Oh, it's fine.
Oh, I know.
I don't mind the criticism. Like, some people take criticism very, very, very hard, and yeah. It's fine, because it's just another one of those things where, like, there's 100 ways to do this, and this is just my way.
Oh, yeah.
Whatever works. The real question is, what kit do I do after I'm done this? Ah.
And when you want to, do you want me to still order you that lower engine house blower?
Give it a minute, because I think I found one on Credit's website.
Okay.
And I think the shipping might be less.
So
it kind of works out to being either the same or less.
Okay, no, that's fair. That's fair.
Because theirs is 150 or 160 Canadian. And when I think about it, it's like the 119 or 120 American that they are selling for. It kind of works out to being the same.
Oh, yeah. Is that after taxes, though?
After tax, it comes to 180 Canadian. And then whatever the shipping is, they don't tell you right away, but that's why they have your credit card on file. So it's like, okay, just put it through, and if it's $30 to ship or $20 to ship, they just charge you.
Okay.
I'll probably sort that out this week.
I actually tried to look to see on Amazon if I could have found it, but
on Amazon?
Because they have Walther's kits on Amazon right now.
I've seen some stuff, nothing crazy. Like I've found Bachmann trains and whatnot on there too.
There's a few building kits I've seen. Like there's a few houses. I actually seen some refinery stuff up there for like ethanol / and crude oil.
Oh, really?
And the grain bins too.
Oh, neat. What I will probably get next after I'm done these kits are, like, I need about 4 of the Merchant's Row kits, probably a car dealership, a Dairy Queen, and something else.
And something else.
And something else. I'm going to say and something else because I like to leave that door open, you know? I like to have.
Yeah.
And I said car dealership as opposed to the Ford dealership because I don't know if I would make it a Ford dealership. I have no idea yet. Might be a Hyundai and Subaru dealership. Could be a Kia and Mitsubishi. Just don't know.
Or if you really want, you can make an international or Peterbilt dealership, a truck dealership.
Meh. Unless you want to do that, and then you can put it together, and then I'll just put it on my layout. But then I have to find all these little HO scale SUVs and trucks.
No,
What would you do?
The shop in Laval has a whole bunch of them, and Larkspur has a whole bunch of trucks in that for that.
Would you do like Dodge what is it? Dodge and Ram. Or
Dodge Ram.
Yeah, no. What is it? There's Dodge and Chrysler. Yeah, Dodge and Chrysler together, and Jeep.
Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Plymouth, Mercury. Sorry, not Mercury. Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Plymouth.
Yeah,
They
I think
were
so.
all together as one group under that badge.
So what would you do it as?
Well,
Ford
if
truck?
I was saying as a truck dealership, I actually would do International or Peterbilt.
Ah,
That's what I mean by truck dealerships. I mean by semis.
yeah. But then I almost feel like I need to add an automotive facility, like an auto rack, facility.
Well, actually, with 18-wheelers, they sit on flatbeds.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, so I can just
They
have
don't
it
get
brought
they
in
don't
by
get
flat.
put into auto racks. They're mostly either on flatbed cars.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because they're too tall.
I did not know that. But now I do. So knowledge is power. That's neat. I mean, John Deere. That would be a really good option. But I mean, like, I'm trying to do things that are different. Hence the Beaver Lumber thing. And I know, like, a buddy of mine, Inked Rails. He did a John Deere dealership. So I don't want to copy. Basically, I want to do, like, I'm doing my own things, and I don't want to feel like I'm copying other people. So that's why I love input, and I love hearing, well, what would be neat, because somebody might mention something that I'm like, you know what? I never would have thought of that. So
That
I
is
love
true.
hearing different things, But John Dealer, John, what is it? Green John? What is it?
John Deere.
Yeah, John Deere. John Deere is a really good option.
What about Cat?
Cats are great. There's literally one. What do they do there? What's it called? In Canada.
Yep.
Right across from the McDonald's there. There's
Yeah.
a thingy there for. I don't know if they build. Do they build them or just maintain them?
They rent them at a dealership and maintenance facility.
Ah.
Because, yeah, they actually build them. They're built down in the States mostly.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Shows how much I follow things. 17.
Oh, Mark is, not M&M Mark. Mark Bourgeois is doing a Cat dealership.
Oh, nice. I'm sure that even finding, like, cat vehicles and stuff, that's really easy to find for sure.
So Mr. M&M is believing he had a dilly bar in his freezer.
That's his breakfast.
I'd go for a Buster bar right now, actually.
If we're talking DQ, Blizzard, chocolate brownie extreme, yeah, all the calories.
Actually, I'd go for the Royal Reese's Blizzard then.
The Reese's?
Yeah, the Royal Reese's Blizzard.
It's funny, and I'm wondering, because there's obviously some guys here from the U.S. as well, so maybe they can help me out a little bit here if they've ever been to a DQ, or if there's DQ in the States, which I'm sure there is. Once upon a time, like 8 years ago, they did a special edition Blizzard, which was Snickers. And that was the one and only time in the past 8 years that they have done that. Do they have them down in the States? That's what I would like to know. And if they do, can you send me one?
It's going to be melted by the time it gets back up here, man.
I gotta try. I gotta try. Okay, so this will make up all the pillars for this one.
Okay.
Are you still making trees? You still getting
I'm
down there?
Well, if you take a look, I got like almost half of this first section of module populated. I think I've actually gone through half my trees, my pine trees.
Who knew that you were quite the arborist? Now, will you be adding any other type of vegetation in and around there?
Oh yeah, I actually will go outside. I'll get some actual broken twigs and put it down as fallen logs.
And are you gluing those trees in?
Yes, I am.
Is that static grass on there, or are you going to be adding that after?
I got static grass here right now. I'll probably be adding that after.
Yeah.
Because I don't have a static machine.
Did you need to borrow mine?
Well, you're busy with yours right now. I can borrow it later if you want.
Oh, I'm not. I'm not at all.
Yeah, probably what I'll do is like you did last on yours. Like I'll put the static grass more close towards the rail line.
Yeah.
Because that's where it's dead.
Yeah. Yeah, if you need to borrow it, just let me know, because like the sections that I've done right now, they just like you have shaker grass on there, right? So I do all that first, and then I'll come back with the
yeah, I got the fine turf. I got the fine turf now.
Yeah.
And I do got the static grass here. I'll put some of it down as is, but then I would definitely try and use your static grass machine to get some of it. I
didn't know they sold it in a tub like that. I've been buying the little bags like a sucker.
Of static grass?
Yeah.
I actually bought this at Lark Spur.
Huh.
Excuse me.
I'll have to check for that, because yeah, like I do like to buy a variety of different colors. You know, my whole spiel with the whole, blend it. Not all grass is one color kind of deal, and
oh yeah.
So I'll buy like 3 different colored bags, but it doesn't go very far. One bag is, it's okay, but yeah, it doesn't go very far.
Oh no, it doesn't. Like
so that would be
same with the gravel. Like
yeah.
And you got my
I do have your little ballast thingy.
My road maker.
Yeah. Which I have not used yet. Well, I partially used it on one section, but it wasn't flat enough to really do what I need it to do.
Okay.
So I'll get that back to you at some point.
Oh yeah, well, yeah. Once stuff starts lifting and we can start moving around, then I can actually make my way down there.
Making my way downtown.
Yeah,
that'd be neat.
Yeah, if you guys actually want, that's what my little road maker did, and it actually raised it too.
Oh really? Oh yeah, okay. Yeah, that's a neat blend. You blended that, eh?
Yeah.
What color is that? What color is that?
Fine gray, medium gray. I can't remember the rest of it. It was a fine gray, medium gray, light gray, and very light gray as well.
Neat.
I still got to paint the junction box.
Oh yeah, okay.
Usually I have a little truck sitting right there waiting to go. Because my vehicles, I keep loose. I do not glue them down to the layout, because just in case they, if they're going to break or anything like that, I'd rather keep them in a tote, ready to go.
Makes sense. And plus, it's fun to like move it around every once in a while, just to set up a different scene.
Oh yeah, we did that with Buddy's bus on the layout one time. He had a Rapido bus, an OT transpo.
Yeah.
Removed it from one section of the layout to the far end of the layout, all over the place.
Now with those though, the battery pack for it, doesn't the battery need to be like, you need it drilled under the layout or something?
This was the one without the lights on. It
Oh.
was just a straight bus.
Oh, okay.
But I think you can do that. But I think I've seen someone who's actually upgraded the bus lights to just put, say, a small watch battery on board just to run it.
Yeah. By the way, I think the next run of buses is showing up next month.
Bus madness.
Yup. Fish bowls. Pirates of the Model Trains. Thanks for joining us today. How are you? Yeah, I'm just waiting for that go bus. I've started to collect more and more buses. My Via Rail bus is on the way now. I never thought I'd be such a bus guy, but it seems like I'm heavily populating these areas now with buses.
Well, it's areas that where because buses and trains meet, right?
Yeah, commuter stations and stuff like that. Makes sense. Totally makes sense. Oops.
I'm just asked if you bought a fishbowl.
I have not pre-ordered or any of that stuff. I just wait for it to come in and jump on it right away. It's a good thing with Otter Valley is that they always order extra, so I don't really have to worry about, will I get one or not.
I'm wondering when those RS18Us are coming in.
I would want to say like next May or June.
Okay. Yeah, because...
It'll still be a while before they come in.
Okay. Yeah, because I actually pre-ordered from Otter Valley a short line RS18U.
The Ottawa Central?
Yep, number 1828 I ordered.
Nice.
So hopefully there's enough to go. Hopefully they get enough that they will build them. It would be nice to get it.
Yeah. I try to justify things like that. Like, do I need it? Should I get it? Do I need two of them? I always end up doing the same thing. And I'm like, well, for most of my industries, or bigger industries, I'd like to have a set of two locomotives that, they can switch out and stuff.
Oh, yeah. Like my SP40-3, Tristan just told me that he ordered it for me. And it may be a while still when it's still coming. Like it says it's supposed to be here in May, but he's saying I think it's been pushed back 4 months.
Now, is it you or is it Perry that likes the cylindrical hoppers? Like, I know you have a list, but Perry has a grain train, right?
Yeah, his is he's got a BNSF one. I believe he does also have a Canadian one. I haven't seen. He's got a few Canadian cars.
Yeah. Yeah, because Intermountain has a whole shipment of cylindrical hoppers coming in next month as well. They're on the water right now.
I actually saw that.
They've actually done over 150 numbers already.
Jeez.
Of just the Canada. The ones that say Canada on them. So I think I'm gonna have to get some of the Intermountain ones. Well, they're nice too, because even
they actually roll really good. You are right; they roll really good. I'm just not fond of their power, the locomotive power. I love the cars, but the locomotive power, I find apparently they've upgraded their power a little bit.
Yeah,
but last time I saw their power, 32 Canadian grain cars is what Perry has.
Jeez, I'm catching up, Perry. I'm like halfway there.
Yeah, he has 32 cylindricals. Now his BNSF one, he's probably got a few more of that.
Yeah. How many?
Usually, though, with my trains, it's a mixture because that's how they mostly run today and what they did a few years back. So
Yeah.
I got ACFs, I got cylindricals, Hawker Sidleys, NSCs. When those marine industry ones come up from WRS, I may pick up a couple of those. I still couldn't believe I found those 150th anniversary Canadian hoppers.
Yeah.
I just found them at a meet, at a yard sale.
If you find any more of those, definitely that's something that I would want for sure.
Yeah, the guy said he was keeping a CN, but he was getting rid of the CP one. So I'm like, yoink.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that works out perfect for you.
Yeah. And then my expressway locomotive is on order in Merrickville.
That should be in June?
They said that one was coming in May.
Really? Huh.
Yeah. I believe. If not, then yeah, I believe that one is coming in June. But I think that would also be pushed back 4 months.
I'm really excited for those Ontario Northland ballast hoppers. But I found out that I think it's just one store that's having them done. I can't remember the name of the store, but it's in Vaughan, Ontario.
I thought that museum in North Bay would try and see if they can get some numbers done.
Honestly, they should have done the Bowser SD40 in the Heritage scheme because that came back. They've already done the paint scheme, just not the number. I think it's 1730.
Okay.
They never did that number in that paint scheme, which would have been perfect because they literally just happened. So.
Yeah, who knows? Maybe it'll come out. We don't know. You never know what the companies are going to do.
It's true. It's true. And they're not very obvious about it either.
No, they keep it close. They keep it secret.
I don't blame them. Not for the sake of us finding out, it's for the sake of other companies finding out, because as soon as a company finds out, oh, so-and-so is doing this model, we should do it too, and then that way we do it first.
Example scale trains with Intermountain.
Yeah, they're rude like that.
Wait, is there anyone here from Scale Trains that's watching our live stream right now?
I personally doubt it, but
Just change the number.
yeah.
Another tree going up top.
Alrighty. And we're at 12:05. So I just finished a bunch more of these pillars, and we got the base here done. I'm gonna put this through the paint shop, and that'll be ready to add more parts to it next week. And we'll continue on, and we'll get more of these parts done. Lots more to go. We also got this done, which is nice and dry, and it goes up here. At some point here. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, it just sits right on there. Well, that's neat. See? So that kind of looks like that.
Okay.
Yeah. And then that goes like that. Ta-da!
Dennis, what do you mean there's 18 of us so doubtful? What are you talking about?
He's talking about people in the chat.
There's 19 now.
Oh, what?
It just went up. So you're wrong, Dennis.
Fight him. I wonder if, and then these little pipe thingies go up through here, and I feel like those would have to be attached first. Yeah, they would definitely have to be attached first.
That's half the bag right now, right there, of trees.
Nice.
Just of those pine trees, and just in that little bit of area. Thanks, Mr. Mark Bourgeois. It's coming along. And this is just one section. I still got the lake that's in the other room that I still got to do. And I guess still got to finish up the other module as well, which has that part. And then we should go from there. I still got to do like this little area. I got to...
Made you full screen.
Okay. Yeah, I still got to put some grass down here. Put a little bit of extra as well. But, it's coming along. Then I got to get some figures for the beach and all that.
Is this module 1?
This is module 1 of the three modules. Mark, I can't see you. We won't be able to because I got to connect the other two pieces. That's 12 feet of module, and I don't have the room for it. But there's at least one section for now.
Has a nice curve to it, too.
Yeah, and it's actually not a curved section. It goes as one line, even though it curves through the entire layout. And it will come back out, basically doing another double main line that's like this.
Looking real good.
Oh, you're welcome, Mark.
All right, so it's just after 12. We'll sign off here, and we'll be back next week to do some more. Thank you for joining us, Bubs. Thanks for coming on here and showing us your arborary skills.
Oh,
and and then next week maybe you'll be on module number 2.
Maybe. We'll see.
And just another quick plug before we go. Copy. And if anybody's interested in getting some GVO merch, you can always check out the GVO store on Teesprings. Mugs, sweaters, hoodies, perfect for anyone who is a fan of the show. And speaking of GVO After Dark, we're going to be collectively together on Thursday. And that's this Thursday coming up. Bam. And that's this Thursday. So you'll be back here. We'll be back here on this Thursday for a great show. And I should have a mail call video coming up soon because I'm expecting like 20 things in the mail. So I'll probably put out a video this week or early this week. I'm off for like the next 4 days. So I got
You're
lots
off
of
for the next 4 days?
Yeah, I had some banked days that, you have to use them by a certain time. So I said, nobody likes Mondays, so I'll take Monday and Tuesday off, and then Wednesday, Thursday is my weekend. So technically it's a 4-day weekend, but,
Yeah, I gotta go. I gotta go into work tomorrow morning, right at 8 o'clock. So
Mondays, am I right?
Hey, when I'm there, time flies by. Come back for the weekend.
That's true. All right, everybody. Thank you again for joining us. Sorry again about the hiccup in the middle there. I have no idea what happened. but should be good going forward. And we'll see you next week.
Cheers, everyone. Have a good one.